Hey guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. We got a 2006 Chevy Silverado 1500 with the 4.8 Vortec engine. And today what I'm going to do is show you how to replace the AC compressor. Alright, it's not that bad of a job. Just follow along and you'll be done in no time. Well, I wouldn't say no time, but you'll be done. Alright. Let's get everything set up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we gotta move this thing to the shade, man. Forget that. First thing we'll do, we gotta loosen up this clamp and we gotta loosen up this clamp right here. But before we do that, we gotta remove this cover. So up here we got a 5/16 or 8mm bolt. And I got a 5/16 shallow socket with a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. And I like my handy dandy little stubby. So we're gonna go ahead. Take that bolt out. Now this job right here, the customer has just hired us just to replace the compressor. We're not charging it, we're not doing anything. We're just replacing the compressor. So once we get that bolt loose, pick it up, pull it out from them tabs back there, as you can see. Alright, so we're going to set this down to the side. And now we're going to get our flat screwdriver down here. And we're going to loosen up these clamps pretty much. This one and this one. Loosen up a little bit more over here. Then what you're going to do is take you a pair of needle nose or something. You see that little clip right there? That just clip right onto that housing. You just want to pull that off of there. Just like that. And then just want to unhook that right there. Go to the side over here. Unhook that. Remove it. And put that to the side. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is down below, down here, have the little AC tensioner. Right there. That's a little tensioner and it's got a little belt on it. And what you want to do here is, let's see if we can find it real quick. Alright, to get that, I got me a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. You don't need no socket on it or nothing. Just use the extension. It's going to fit into a slot right about there. And you want to take your ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet, and you want to go clockwise. That's like you tightening something up. And watch what happens to that tensioner. See that? So with one hand, putting the tension on it. Let's go this way. With one hand putting the tension on it like that, take your other hand and remove the belt. Done. Let that hang out to the side. The next thing you want to do is get you a drain pan. As you can see right here, I got an antifreeze pan right here. Look at where I'm setting it up now, right along the edge of the bumper right here. Push it straight up under. Go back up here. You want to make sure your pan is down there because right now we're about to remove these two little hoses right here. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Got a pair of vice grips or pliers. And these little clamps, they just squeeze together and then we're going to pull them back. So, see right there like that. Squeeze it. Squeeze them together and back them up as much as they can go. That one. Okay. Back up that one. And let's see if these hoses are kind of loose. No, they're not, so Got a pair of little hose pliers here, and these hose pliers are kind of small, so you want to make sure I don't grab it and put a hole in the hose. And as you can see, how I twist it back and forth. While I twist it back and forth, I'm going to be backing the hose off. I got to make sure my pan down there is right below it. There we go. I'm going to pan it back a little bit more. Okay, that's one. Now you notice how it's coming out just a little bit, and there it is starting to flow out. What you want to do at this point is, here's your expansion tank up here. To let some air into the system, go ahead and remove that cap. And you can see now it really starts coming out. And that's a lot. Let that drain into the pan. Take our hose, move it out the way. Now while that's draining, I'm going to go ahead and loosen up our other hose. Grab it back and forth and take our other hand and pull it right back. Then what we're going to do, take this hose and I'm going to bend this hose, try to get it out of the way and tie it up to something. Let's see if it stays in there, that'd be great. If not, I'm going to get me a little wire tie and just keep this out of the way some kind of way. Nah, you definitely don't want to tie it to the harness or anything. So let's get this thing over here to the side and put it right over there. There we go. The next thing we're going to do, down here we have, can bring this up because we're getting a new one anyway. Here's the connector for the compressor. And what I'm trying to do is get this in a way that you can see how it unplugs. Okay, you see those two little tabs right there? Just take your hands, open them up. And just unplug it. The next, you got a sensor right over here. That is the high pressure sensor. There's a little tab right there. You just pick that tab up, unplug it. Good to go. We're just about done. No, we're not. All right, the next thing we're going to do is remove our lines. Now, if your system has Freon in it, you want to take it down to the shop and have them evacuate the system. Or being that it's 134A, because they changed it to 134A because R12 was messing up the ozone layer, so I guess 134A is good. If you ain't got time to do that, let that stuff out. Let that out, let it out. Other than that, you can have a shop evacuate it. The problem with that is a shop will evacuate your system for you, and they're going to use that on somebody else's car and charge them for a recharge. So keep that in mind. All right, now we got a 13mm bolt right here that's holding in this line right here. This is the low pressure line. It's the big line. So what I got here is a 13mm deep, 3/8 drive, 12-inch extension. Or might be 14, 3/8 drive, and my ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet. And I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna loosen up that bolt. I can hear a little air, so this thing it's sealed some, but still, I don't know why they call the compressor. All right, I gotta take that bolt out even more. Alright, got our first bolt out, pull it to the side. This line, pop it right out of there. Swing that line to the side, out of the way. Dang it. Yeah, good. Now we have this one over here, another bolt right there, and that's for the high pressure line. Same 13mm socket, 14-inch extension, and you can use a shorter extension. I just got this one out here so it can give me room to swing this. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop that loose. Okay, let's get that bolt out. We'll be right back. Okay, got our bolt out. It's the same size as the other one. I'm gonna take that line, just move it out of the way. Now now we're ready to take the compressor out. This compressor has 4 bolts. 2 of them you can't even see. They're on the opposite side here. What I'm going to use here is a 15mm speed wrench, and it has a swivel head to it. And watch how I get to this line, get to this bolt. Get that line out the way. And I gotta put my hand down here and feel for where that bolt is. And once I get on it, I can loosen it up. Man, that now I got it loosened. And you can, it's very tight, guys. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to get a ratchet in there. But that bolt's gotta suck. If you got a shorter speed wrench, that'd be great, because if I had a shorter one, I wouldn't be hitting up against this frame right now. That would work perfect if you have a shorter speed wrench. And this thing's tight all the way. So I'm going to be doing this for a minute, and I'll be right back. Alright, there's the bolt right there. And what I'm going to do here is definitely want to get these bottom bolts first. Man, this thing got tightened up on me again. This is bull. Alright, let me see what the heck. Can I get this? I can't even get this thing up here anymore. You know what? Dang it. Yeah, it's loose. Let's get to our other one. Our other one is right in this section right here. And I'm on this one, I'm going to try a 15mm shallow socket with my swivel ratchet. Be right back. Alright, what I got here is my 15mm shallow socket, and I'm using my 3/8 drive swivel ratchet. Now this ratchet locks into place if I need it to lock. But I need to get down there and make sure. This line, this hose going to be in my way. Let's get down here and try to fit it onto there. Alright, got it. And of course you see this hose is in my way, so definitely, you know what, I'll be right back. Let me get this hose. Wait a minute, let me put this hose up here. Okay, there we go. Dang it. Dang it. Be right back. Alright, I had to go down there and get my fish it out of the pan. Okay, let's try to get this bolt back up, get this socket back up there, and there we go. Definitely want to use a swivel in this. I can see this thing is a pain. And the idea, I'm trying to loosen it up enough where I can get my hand down there and take that out. Let's see if I can get down there. Yeah, okay, I am turning it. Okay. I got the one bolt. Now I still got this one down there that's kind of stuck in there. But what I'm going to see here, now I'm going to get my 15mm deep socket. Find it. Alright, let me find my socket and I'll be right back. Alright, got my 15mm deep 3/8 drive, and I got two more bolts at the top. One right there. Let me get a light. Can you get a light?
I see the light.
Oh, okay. One right there, and the other one is right there. So let's go over here, and what I'm gonna do is loosen them up first. Okay, what I want to do is loosen them up so I can go down there and see if that other bolt is loose and it'll come out. Get my harness out of the way. Yeah, the bolt does come out, but the bolt doesn't come out all the way. It's hitting up against the frame, so you leave it just like that. And remember to put that bolt back in there with the new compressor. All right, so let's get these bolted right out of here. Okay, we got this one out, the same length as the other one. This one over here is going to be short. Okay, we got that one. It's a short bolt. Now, we should be able to grab our compressor. Twist it a little bit and get it right out of there. Get that line out the way. As you can see, it's a little bit of a headache. You know what? What about if I get this line completely out of my way? Stop playing around here. And if I go to the front, get out of here. Oh, okay, this line's... Okay, there we go. Alright, let's match up to the other one. We'll be right back. Alright, here's our new compressor. This is new, this is not even rebuilt. You got two new seals in here. Keep an eye on those, you need those. Let's cut this out of here. Match them up, make sure everything's good. Plugs are good. Everything's alright. And you can see this one got a little bracket on it that holds the connector into place. So what you do, take you a Phillips screwdriver. This one's broken. Unbolt it. And it'll pull right out of there. Matter of fact, you gotta Looks like it's got a little tab on it, so just like that. Hook our other one up. Actually, we can bend this back into place. Hook that up. Are you going for the snapper? Not yet. Okay. Bolt that into place. The heck, man? Don't tell me this thing is gonna screw in there. Dang it. Oh. Jump. It's an aggravating little screw. Okay. Now this is when you got to be careful, because see how they made this, and you want to make sure that that wire is not up like this, or it's going to scrape right into that clutch and burn that thing right out. So you want to make sure you twist this enough where that wire is definitely going away from it, just like that. Then we're going to tighten up that screw. Now a lot of guys won't even put this screw back in here, put this clip back in here, and then it's going to, wire's going to rub right up against there and mess that up. So we got that going like that. Matter of fact, see, I would like to have it going to the back. You know, I'm going to have it just like that. So that way it's definitely tighter. Oops. Let's get this back on there. Alright. Now, there is factory oil in this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to remove this plate yet to have that oil spill all out. What we're going to do is lower this compressor down in there and start getting this bolted up. Be right back. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try something because this compressor is actually supposed to have dropped right in place into here without even me having to do all I had to do over there. So I'm very surprised it didn't. Interesting. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's get this down to where we had it before. Get the line out of the way. Fit like a puzzle. That's all this is. A big puzzle. And there we go. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna, I forgot one thing. Let's bring this back out. Let's get that one bottom bolt and put in this compressor now. Let me go over here, pull the bolt out, and we're gonna set that in. I'll be right back. All right, we got our bolt here. And we're gonna bring our compressor out enough to get that bolt in there. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, get our line out of the way. Now what I want to do is get my short bolt right here, and I want to get this one in by hand. Okay, that's great. Let's get one of our long bolts. Put over here. That one in. And while I'm up under here, I'm gonna start this bolt over here. Start going in there. That one looks like it's a pain, so get this out of the way. Okay, it started. One more long bolt. It goes over here. And pretty much this is by feeling around to see where it goes. As you can see, we got that bolt in there. Alright, let's see if I can get this one go as much as by hand as I can with this one. So I ain't gotta use the ratchet all the way. Okay, that's good. Let's get our other one over here. And what I'm gonna do is now get my 15mm speed wrench, and if you got a shorter speed wrench, that'll work perfect in here. And this bolt right here, guys, if you check out my other video on the 2003 Cadillac Escalade compressor, same compressor and everything, somebody had did that compressor, and this fourth bolt right here, that was gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up, and we'll be right back. All right, we got that one tightened up. Now I'm gonna go over here, and what I want to try to do is I'm bringing this bolt in as much as I can by hand. Okay, then I'm gonna get my 15mm shallow 3/8 drive socket with my swivel ratchet. Put this on here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that up. Be right back. All right, we got those two bolts at the bottom tightened. Now we can just get our 15mm deep with our 3/8 drive air ratchet. Tighten up the two top ones. Alright, next, let's get our plug around here, get our harness over here, and find out where this thing is. Okay, there it is right there, the plug to the AC compressor is right there. Let's get that plugged up, and as you can see, it won't fit in that way, or will it? Yes, it did. Because if it don't fit in, turn it around and fit that in. You see how I got this connector going back here away from this clutch. That's definitely what you want to do. All right, the next thing we're going to do is, looks like a 13mm. We're going to remove these two bolts right here so we can get this plate up off of there. So I'm using a 13mm deep socket in my air ratchet. Now when you take this off, you should hear like a pop from the press, and that one didn't, so I ain't too particular about that. You know what I mean? It's like a sealed unit, because they evacuate the pump to make sure no air is in there and all, and this one did not do that, so I ain't liking that. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is go do the bottom line back here so it's easy to get to, and that's the high pressure. But before we do that, what we're gonna do here is right here you got a seal. You want to pull that seal off. And that package of seals that I showed you earlier, you want to open that up and get the little one out. You You want to place that on the line. If you do that carefully, I'm doing this with gloves on this. Alright. Put it just like that. Set it down into the line. Just like that. And you got your two 13mm bolts. Take one of them. Start it off by hand. Just like that. Now I'm using an air ratchet, but don't use an air ratchet when you tighten these up. Just use a regular ratchet, but I'm just going to tap it. Done. Next we're going to do, while since it's over here, you're going to grab the harness to the high pressure switch. Let's get that connected. Just like that. Next we're going to do is bring down our low side, and what we got to do is pull that seal off. These are gaskets and they will leak, so definitely make sure you replace them with the new ones in the kit. Alright, let's put this on. Okay, put it down into the compressor. Get our bolt. Start it by hand, and you gotta start it by hand so you just make sure you don't cross thread that. Get this thing out of the way. And this one don't seem to be going in all that easy either. Alright, there we go. Let's get that down there. Alright, now what I'm going to do here, because I'm running out of air, you can see, I'm going to hook up my 12-inch 3/8 drive extension with my ratchet. And let me just snug that up a little bit more. Perfect. Alright, we are looking good. The next thing we're going to do is, let's bring down our cooling hoses. You got one right here that's just, so we're just going to push that on. And while we got it right there, might as well get that clamp. Let's get our vice grips. Make it easier for us. Bring that clamp down. Okay, right there. Let's get the bigger one on. That's on, and bring the clamping on that. We'll be right back. Alright, we got that on. The next thing we're going to do, let's get our belt on. Got my 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. No socket, no nothing. Just that. Just set it in there like that. And let's get our belt. Gotta make sure it lines up to all the grooves on the harmonic balancer. It's like an awkward position this belt is. Okay. Make sure it goes on the compressor. And at the same time, you notice how I'm putting tension on this tensioner. Okay, now let it go. But what I'm going to do is make sure that I am lined up. And over here, I'm not. There we go. I pushed that right into the grooves, and it lined right up. Make sure is my compressor. Yes, it is. Just to make sure. Let's get Let me get a light down there. Make sure I can see it. Yep, we're lined up. Everything is lined up. Can take our tensioner right out of there. That's done. Next thing we're gonna do, throw on our air tube. Oh man, get that. What we're gonna do is let's get this hose over here. I remove this hose easy so the camera can see what's going on. But now that we're done, actually, you know what? Either that hose is going over the breather. So let's get our breather in place. Put it on, push it onto the throttle body, push it onto the mass airflow sensor, and then remember this little over here, this little clip for the hose, just pushes right into place like that. Then we can bring our hose over, hook it on. Alright, what we're going to need is our vice grips. Flat screwdriver. Okay, we get our vice grips. Let's bring our clamp back up there. Good. Now we're going to take our flat screwdriver and tighten up those two clamps. We'll be right back. Alright, next part, get our ratchet out of the way. Just hook up our cover, and in the back you see there's two little grooves, little slots right there. That's where this is going to set into. So you make sure you set that right into there. Make sure it's in there. And then I'm going to tighten up this bolt. Make sure that we are down in there. We are. There we go. And we got our 5/16 or 8mm bolt right here. I got my 8mm 5/16 3/8 drive with an extension, makes it easier. I'm gonna go ahead down and tighten that up. It ain't really super tight, it's just holding a slim plastic cover, so don't be Hercules on it. Alright, the next we're gonna do, because we're pretty much done, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open this cap up, get our funnel, and we're gonna fill this antifreeze, fill the system back up with antifreeze. We'll be right back.
Okay, so that's how you replace an AC compressor on a 2006 Chevy Silverado 1500 two-wheel drive with a 4.8. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can post them below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy. Or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com.
Timmy.
Hope you guys paid attention. If not, watch it again. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.